So if it's something you would be guilty of, they might be thinking the same thing. But this gentleman said, what have you done in the last 5 days? Okay. My guide said turn over another card. And I went to turn it over and 2 cards turned over, Temperance and the Lovers. Okay, then you haven't reached out again. It's almost like I feel whoever you're talking about has been guilty of something you would do yourself. And I've actually opened a text. Oh, you've sent at least one a day, then stop. You've got your answer. You've got your answer, because I feel it's sort of done and dusted is what I got. This gentleman that's drawing close doesn't suffer fools and doesn't entertain disrespect. No, it's the impression I was getting is that things that you would do. If you've sent a text every day for 5 days and got none back, you've got your answer. And look, seriously, I can tell you, I was messaging a guy and voice calling. We'd had one date. And I got COVID 3 days after our first date. Our first date wasn't that fantastic. They sat at my side in a way that, it was like sitting in a movie theatre. But we weren't watching a movie, I can tell you that. Trying to have a conversation in movie theatre seating position. And I texted him that I was unwell and would arrange when I became better. I let him know when I became better, but the fact he didn't even reach out and say, are you feeling okay? That should have been enough, shouldn't it? And nothing. And it's like, well, it wasn't that great a date anyway, I can tell you that. But sometimes we invest on the outcome. Thank you, Sylvie. It should have. You can slap me upside the head, Sylvie. Yeah, but we're putting our own desires on it, Janine, before it's had a chance to play out. I do feel there is someone there for you, but it's going to be... It's almost like you're going to meet them just prior to having to go away. And you'll know they're the one because they'll still be around when you come back. It's like I've met heaps of people that I can't say I think they could be the one, because to me it's a process. It's not a... I don't believe in love at first sight, because our first impressions have got so much to do with where we're at. Like, yes, I want to be in a relationship. If you want to be in a relationship and you meet someone half decent, you think they could be the one. But it's like they haven't proven it yet, so they could also be the devil in disguise. That is up to you, Janine, because I feel as if you've hermited yourself. I feel as if you're focusing on lack. You know, saying things like, I wish I had the money to do this. I wish I had more to offer. I wish I had... I get the I wish. And I feel this gentleman would have said something like, if wishes were fishes, nobody would ever go hungry. Very practical man. He wouldn't have believed in any of this stuff. He wouldn't have believed in any of this when he was living. He would have said, stop wasting your money. And I'm sort of getting a name that... From where he grew up, so where your father's family are from, it was a very common name. Here in Australia, Fred is a common name. And that's the type of feeling I get. You will have to wait, and I feel his... Come on. I feel his name's been passed on to living members of the family. And it's definitely Dad's side of the family. No, I was getting... I'd love to turn around and say yes, Janine, because wouldn't that make me look good? But I have to be serious in saying I get late 40s, early 50s, unless it was... Your dad was 45 at the time. Okay, that I can accept. You would have been about 2, 4, 6, an even number young. Oh, when you were 10. Okay, even number young. Yes, now I get it. Sorry, I misread it. Even number young, he was 45, late 40s, early 50s. I can live with that. I did get a genetic condition though. You'll have to make your inquiries in the family. I didn't get an accident. It was sudden. That much I know. But I felt it was a genetic condition. Okay. Name started with F. It shouldn't be a guess. They should tell me enough. I can accept Dad's brother as coming through as a grandfatherly feeling. Then I feel someone living has that person's name. I did say that, didn't I, viewers? I did say that somebody living has this person's name. On Dad's side of the family. I'm going to leave that one with you, Janine, because if that's the surname, then of course they have the same surname, but I got first name. Oh, with a difference in... I can live with that. I can live with that. It's the first name. I got the first name. Yes, you usually are. Purposeful Tortoise, if they come through, you usually are or can find out. Okay. Enjoy your get together with Dad's side of the family. Just know there is someone coming in. If I was to give you a date and you met a person on that date, I think you would run with it and say, oh, it has to be this person, without testing them. Spirit people can be wise at times, because that's sort of the impression that I'm getting. It's like, no, don't say. Don't say, because that's okay, Janine. I can do the oracle. Ooh. I've got to put one back up. I've got 13th Oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. Energy and Spirit. Okay. Now, Energy and Spirit is by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. I feel it's going to be a card that's indicative of distancing yourself from the outcome. Like distancing yourself from a title. And it is one of my pet peeves. There's all this dating advice out there, and they say if they're not willing to put a title on it, they're not for you. And it's like, you should not want to put a title on it after 2 dates. You're just getting to know each other. They could turn out to be real nasty people. Now, I don't take flip outs. It was 2 cards that flipped out. I'm just letting you see. Goddess of Dreams and Elementals. I do not take flip outs. If they are supposed to be your... Yeah, then why are you so fixated on the ghosting? If you were taking it slowly and didn't have an attachment early on, why are you so fixated on the ghosting? If you weren't focused on the outcome, why are you fixated on the ghosting? Because to me, that's illogical. You were getting to know each other and somebody actually had a change of mind and... Yeah. I'd rather 2 months than 2 years. Do you see how I said it sounded illogical? If you're not fixated on the outcome, you shouldn't get worried about the ghosting. It's just like we can have a change of heart too. It does leave you with an unjust feeling, but that's because you're looking at your investment in them as having more meaning than what they see it as. There we go. Your eternal spirit, higher self, sacred intuition. I believe you already know the answer to all these questions, Janine. But we'll see what this card says, because I feel it's letting go of earthly concerns. Okay, people often define themselves according to the restrictions of their human bodies and mental and emotional patterns. They rarely focus on the unlimited power and value of their spirit. But if this is your approach, it only limits your happiness and your experience of value in the world. This card heralds a time of great spiritual value. You are at the point where you can finally awaken to the full and ever-present power of your eternal spirit. This very real side of you preceded your present self, going all the way back to divine consciousness, the source of your true identity. Meditate on the sacred intuition of your inner voice and the radiant wisdom it brings. Let go of limitation and commune with your perfect sacred identity. The more you turn to the eternal spirit within, the more truth, beauty, and blessings will adorn your life. And the affirmation is, my eternal spirit guides me in everything I do. I am blessed with the unlimited value, power, and deserving of my soul. And I was going to wrap up by saying, Janine, you deserve somebody who has the respect for you to say the awkward things. You know, when you first meet someone, you're on your best behaviour. But at the first sign of something awkward coming up, if they can't communicate with you in the awkward moments, they're not for you. And additionally, the respect after 2 months, my closest friends would have this person's number, as in phone number, cell number, whatever you want to call it, email address, at least socials. So my friends would have a way of reaching out if it was something drastic. Well, there's your answer. You were reading into something. Yeah, you were reading into something that, look, apps, organise the date, get off the app. Like, you can both still stay on the app to meet new people. Janine, I wouldn't even worry about that. He didn't get you off the app. Anyone hesitant to share their number is just stringing you along. And one of the things I learnt many moons ago, before apps, this was when it was websites, is that there are some people that are just so bored with their own life. They get on these websites, they have absolutely no intention of meeting you, but if you actually respond, they will tie up your time for months. Now, I would say, as soon as you realise that initially no red flag, date, meet them in person, and if you're curious, get a second date. And third date does not mean what the sitcoms would have you believe it means. The third date literally means, yeah, I'll accept your friend request on my socials. That sort of thing. If anyone is hesitant to share their number with you, they either haven't healed themselves or they don't want to give their number to you. You got to look at, in that spiel, I'm sure you had it. You had so many whys that you asked questions. So the whys, yeah, if I'm asking why, I'm asking it out loud and I expect an answer. And if somebody won't meet in person with me and they've got 101 excuses as to why, I'd say get back to me when you know when. Because I don't want to have a relationship with my computer. I can do that by myself, thank you. I don't even want to have a relationship with my phone. I've said this before, peoples. I've even put my phone in a cupboard. You've all heard it go crazy when I've been streaming. I haven't put it in the cupboard today. But I've got so peopled out that I actually put my phone in a cupboard. And go about my day. So, yes, just understand, Janine, that if they're not willing to give you their actual phone number and they insist on keeping you on the app, A, they don't want to give you their phone number. B, they're still on the app, so they're communicating with you because they're still on the app. I don't care if they're still on the app. I won't communicate with them unless I've had a date with them. You know, I'll ask some basic questions, see if we gel. But if they don't want to meet in person, I'm thinking I've got a couch potato that doesn't want to get up off his rear end to connect. It's like the old school reading material in the bathroom. That's what dating apps are. And I'm being serious. I play poker with mostly guys, and I've asked them when they usually scroll through their dating apps, and it is the reading material in the bathroom, first thing in the morning. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be a reading material. But isn't that something that should have been discussed? Sylvie, it is you. Hello, Sylvie. Long time no see. Now, I feel you may have started a new project, Sylvie. You're welcome, Janine. Can you understand starting a new project? It's taken up a lot of your time, Sylvie. It's a good one, though, because it makes you happy. It's like child happy. And I make sure that at least once a week I have some child happy moments. I make cloud animals just so I can have some child happy moments. But you do you. Child happy moments are always good. I feel this was meant to be all along. And you're now seeing other parts of life slot in. It's like it's lifted a burden for you, Sylvie. Yeah. I feel as if it's lifted a burden. You're not now trying to defend your space or yourself. You're just feeling free. I feel as if you're here today because you are feeling free and things have started falling into place, and you're now in two minds of whether to pause your project to pursue something else. Seven of Wands. Yes, pause your project. You don't believe what has crossed your path once your happy was released, is what I'm picking up. And you have a choice to make. Put your project on pause. You're not saying you'll never get back to it. You're just going to pause it for a bit. You're fearful of going back to your old self. Sylvie. Oh, I have to put the cards down because I've got either a mother or a grandmotherly energy coming through. I feel more mother. Do you have mother in spirit, Sylvie? Okay, I'm going to drink some coffee while this... Grandmother then. But I feel on mother's side. Grandmother on mother's side in the spirit world. And this lady had terrible trouble with her eyes. Also alive. Then go back one generation more. On mother's side. Or it could be like I picked up before, that it was actually a sibling within there. But this lady had terrible trouble with her eyes. She could see. I feel she needed glasses. I'm getting like school teacher vibes from this lady. It's definitely in mother's side of the family. Very polished, very poised. See, I keep having to explain this to my mum. As I was growing up, we did not know our great-grandparents. And yet my mother is a great-grandmother, and she has living children that know and recognise her. And it's like, seriously, when I was growing up, that was grandparents. So my guides can only work with the references I have. It's definitely on mum's line of the family. So it could be grandmother's sister. Because I'm also getting like a spinsterly feeling here. Definitely no children. I'll get you to do your investigation, Sylvie. I'm trying to get a name. Wouldn't it be easy if they came through with their exact name? I just keep getting a letter M. May. M-A-Y. It could even be M-A... Yeah, I might not be getting all of it. But I'll let you do your investigations. But I do want to say it is okay to pause your activities. See, when I try and get a name, I may not be hearing it. It's like trying to remember something. Have you ever tried to remember something and it's just not coming to you? But as soon as you stop thinking about it, bam, it comes back to you. Like the name of an actor in a film. And as soon as you stop thinking about it, it comes to you. So it's like that when communicating with the spirit world. If we try and put all our energy into it, it very rarely slots into place. But the energy I'm getting from both spirit and from the cards is that, yes, it's okay to put that project on pause for the time being. Just to see what else the universe has given you. Because I feel this push-pull energy of I really want to keep going with my project. However, this has come up now too. And it's okay to put your project on pause. And hopefully that makes sense for you, Sylvie. Okay. Just as I was saying that, I got I don't know whether it's a G-E or a J-E. J. I'm not going to make it up just to fit it in, but it was as if they were going to say Jenny and stopped at J. I'm not saying that Jenny is the name, but that is what I was given. Thank you, Sylvie. I always appreciate your energy when you come in. Healthy skepticism. Love it. So do your investigations on Mum's side of the family. Okie dokie. Oh, there we go. That was quick. Horse-drawn portrait. It is you. Oh, they have those characteristics. Well, just look for the one. As I said, I got a spinster energy, so maybe never married. I felt never had children. So keep that in mind. Okay. Now, horse-drawn portrait. Ooh. Are you sleep deprived at the moment, horse-drawn portrait? No, still bothered. Still bothered, but thank you. I actually feel you're trying to manifest in a sleep-deprived body. No, it's okay. I can shake it. But yes, sleep deprived does actually make us hermit mode because we're trying to sleep but we can't. And I feel as if you're trying to manifest in that sleep deprived mode. And you're being pulled in two different directions. One of them has to do with your financial stability or your household's financial stability. Household's financial stability is where I'd go with that one. And there's pride here, horse-drawn portrait. There's the manifestation card. Yeah. I'm not sure what the other way is. I haven't been told and I haven't seen it in the cards. I just know you're being pulled in two different directions, one of which is the household situation. You are trying to manifest. I feel it may be trying to manifest an answer. Okay. An answer to someone's commitment. Yeah, Pam. Thank you for choosing this deck. The Pentacles. I feel the other is relationship. Your current partner. It's like you're at odds with your goals, dreams. Everything else is fine. I'm not seeing anything bad. But I feel you are. It's like I'm trying to manifest a way through the forest. And hopefully you can see that too, horse-drawn portrait. Yeah, I got the worry. You're fearing if you express it, you'll bring about a tower moment. It's like all you're wanting to know is the stability of the relationship, the stability of the financial stability of the home as well. Why do I get this stuff when it's readings I hate delivering? I feel as if the thing that's missing is upliftment. You know, encouragement within. You do feel as if you bring it up, there's at least going to be an argument. Did I say that? Did I? That you're not helping yourself from inside? No, I didn't say that, Horse-Drawn Portrait. I said you're trying to manifest while you're sleep deprived. I do feel as if you persevere, you will get through the clearing. You will get through the forest to a clearing. Your fears are what's holding you back in terms of expressing what you need. Okay, I need to have a look at that one. I just have to let somebody know I double booked. Oh, I can't even type. Yeah, but it's the fear of expressing yourself. Sorry, I had to just let somebody know that I couldn't change location. But yeah, I feel as if it hasn't been expressed. As far as the job opportunity goes, I get I think it's the 9 of Pentacles with the job situation. But that's a possible outcome, and it's yet to be heard about. As for the relationship, I feel you need to express it regardless of what the outcome is. Because if it's unexpressed, it won't change. Now, Horse-Drawn Portrait, you know me, I don't like being misquoted. I didn't say that you weren't helping the situation. I didn't say that at all. I do feel there's a fear within you about expressing it, a fear that it will turn into an argument, but that's a fear. I'm not saying it won't happen in reality, But if it's unexpressed, it won't change. I feel how to express it is what's made you lose sleep. Missing upliftment from the other person, as in encouragement from them. I can't remember saying inside it. Oh, look, rewatch the VOD. I could have. I can be scatterbrained sometimes, but I feel as if the upliftment is missing from the other person. You see now, okay. Then that might be a way to express it. But I feel unexpressed, nothing will change. I do get the feeling that at times they can be quite dominant, and you're fearing that there'll be some defensiveness if you express it. Yeah, you can maybe be specific about what you would like to hear. But make sure you get some sleep, lovely. Yeah. So be specific. Say, if you do this, I will feel that you uplift me. Fill in the this. Oh, well, get yourself well. We're in spring season here in Australia, and you wouldn't think of it by the weather. You wouldn't think it by the weather. But yes, hay fever comes hand in hand with spring season in Australia. But get some sleep, lovely. I think in the clear light of day, you'll know how to word it. Okay, I just need to put the list up just to make sure my subs are taken care of. But I do have to go on a little walk. Okay, it seems to be okay from here. Hey, Wonderosity, welcome in. I do have to go on a little walk for a couple of minutes. I will be back ASAP, and Scorpio will be next up. Okay, I am back. Now, if Scorpio is not back, I can go on to Purposeful Tortoise. You there? Okay, excellent, Scorpio. I split the deck, Ace of Cups, and yet you're being defensive. What's going on here? I feel as if there's a trauma trigger or something going on in your life. Or a past heartbreak trigger. There you go. Let's see what the cards have. You're right to stand up for yourself. However, I feel as if you've just met honesty. I feel you've already distanced yourself. You will get another chance, but embrace the honesty. It wasn't meant to be mean, is what I need to say. And for some reason, Three of Swords, it was in the reverse. So, I'm not sure yet, but you've distanced yourself from it. You will get another chance. It's like you've all of a sudden withdrawn into hermit mode. And Ender Jess, welcome in. I get like a Merlin King Arthur like battle. I need to see. Okay. Yeah, you're not sure at the moment. You know how Merlin was the wizard that was supposed to make sure that the Knights of the Round Table were formed and did King Arthur's bidding and all of that sort of stuff. And yet Merlin did too much meddling. And that's why we don't have Camelot anymore. It's very vague, I know, but it's what I got. It's like, no, I don't think it's you or the other person. I feel as if it's all the overload information that makes us question when we get honest people. I feel you're dealing with at least 4 curious people here. And yeah, don't be overloaded by the info. It's like past hurts have made you reluctant to believe what comes out of someone's mouth, so you're trying to find what it essentially means, nuts and bolts, instead of continually asking curiosity questions. So keep asking those curiosity questions, Scorpio. Don't look for signs. The devil throws up signs too. And Merlin was the magician that used to turn things into what they didn't appear. That might be the Merlin reference. Look, red flags, green flags. who in humanity, and like, I know we need to understand them, yes, but don't look for flags. Be curious about people and ask further questions if you're unsure. Bring out your curiosity. Because I feel as if you might have misread a red flag for someone who was raised different to you. Just remember, we're now meeting people more so than ever that weren't raised the same way. And that started happening when everybody was able to board trains. And now we've got the internet where it's immediate communication. And like, I've done it. I've mistyped something, or the autocorrect has put the wrong word in. And seriously, if people don't ask real questions and jump to conclusions as quick as their communication, that's where the confusion comes in. I do see the possibility of a real connection, but I feel curiosity needs to be there. Okay, now, sorry, I've got messages galore coming in, and yes, I did mistype someone. Okay. See, I've had people think that I've got nothing else on except them. And it's at least 20 different people thinking I've got nothing else on except them. Okay. Now, okay, that's done. Now, sign of the times. Okay, you've already picked it. Excellent. Because I see your curiosity needs to be at its peak, where you're just asking to learn. You're not asking to define the outcome. And if we're curious about the people, rather than about how they match with us, we actually learn more about them. Now, the traffic cones at the bottom, if that does appear, dig deep. If somebody is not willing to answer a question, I've actually done it where I've said to somebody, I'm not ready to discuss that just yet. And they've been fine with that answer, because sometimes there are deep things that are too complex that you just don't want to dig deep into. Not on date number 3, for example. And yeah, they've been fine with that, but it's the way somebody answers the question. Be nosy. And if somebody responds with, I'm really not ready to talk about that just now, be accepting of that they're hurt too. There we go. Mountains, obstacles. With messages. Okay, I'm just letting you know the messages card was second to the mountains, but the mountains is your card. Let's see what Crystal Banner has to say about this. I actually feel good about this. There's different ways to approach obstacles we come across. I feel you've picked the way as, I'm going to stop here and do nothing so nothing can hurt me. And that's one way of dealing with it, but it's only one way. Let's see. Crystal Banner says, mountains can be intimidating and overwhelming. When you encounter obstacles in your life, you probably wonder, how do I move forward? What do I do now? Which are valid questions and concerns, especially in the face of a mountain in your path. But all hope is not lost. Encountering obstacles along your path is not always a sign to give up. Sometimes it is an opportunity to get creative and take an alternative route. The best way to move forward is whatever way works for you, including going around, climbing over, or going through. It is not always the day to tackle the challenge of climbing. It's not always the day to tackle the challenge of climbing to the top of the issue. And sometimes you will learn more taking the long way round. Take different approaches to overcome the issues that stand between you and your goal. There may be some delays, detours, but with determination and perseverance, you can turn an obstacle into an opportunity and an inspiration story to tell at the end of your journey. Try to solve a problem in a different way. Believe in self. Lessons through adversity. I actually like that card because it was pretty much what I was saying as I was shuffling your Oracle deck. It's like we don't always have the same, like this card just shows a road going towards the mountain. But you can see it veers off at the front of the mountain. So the road around may be longer. If you want it fast, you're going to try and push an SUV through the middle of it. Or is there a tunnel if you were to turn the other way? Look at it from a different perspective. Instead of looking at it from a mountain or a red flag, look at it from, why do you think that way? Because you may find it was just the way they were raised. So Scorpio, hopefully that has some relevance for you. And one question I have to ask is, you said you don't want to dig too deep too fast. Are you saying that because all of the noise about how we should date out there tells you not to? Or are you doing that because you genuinely don't want to dig too deep? Because I'm almost like, let it be like a Band-Aid. Rip it off. It's like, tell me your worst. If I can accept your worst, we can go forward. It's, I would rephrase that, Scorpio. People don't tend to go too fast with other people. They tend to skip steps. They tend to jump into a physical commitment before even knowing the person. So just let yourself dig. Because if someone doesn't want to discuss things with you, ask yourself, what's the potential? Yeah, but ask yourself, what's the potential? I've actually had some really good connections with, like, we're talking dating here, so I've had some really good connections with some great people because I am like a blunderbuss. If you don't know what a blunderbuss is, it's a very old-fashioned term. It's like a bull in a china shop. I just go in and I ask my questions and I go by the answers, and there may be chaos in its wake, but I'm in the china shop, I may as well ask. Plates can get thrown, things can go flying everywhere, but I learn more. I learn more. So hopefully that resonates. And yes, the text messages I've been getting have been about me not doing my walking around. So I've got to pay attention to that. If they're a complex person, why not follow-up questions? Ask one question that you want to know. Listen to their answer. And ask a follow-up question. People aren't that complex. When we get to know them, we get to know how much unraveling we need to do. But in the character of a person, they're not that complex. Like, it could be unique Scorpio, but in my experience, people, no matter their creed, their race, their colour, their religion, their faith, they're not that complex. That's okay. Trans, doesn't matter how you identify. People are not that complex. They're either accepting or they're not. Or they're on the fence. They've never met anybody like that before. Which builds me up to the curiosity. Be curious about people. And that's my philosophy in life. I'd rather be curious about people than, if they're on the fence, they're on the fence. But what makes them on the fence? Have you asked that question? You have asked. Then I would go by, but have you asked this person? Yeah. Have you asked them, are they experimenting or are they genuine? See, I said, I'm like a bull in a china shop. I will keep asking those follow-up questions until I actually see the person there. And it's not because I want to judge, it's because I want to see the person. So if you do it from that perspective, you're just curious about the person. I've had a lot of dating experience too. Yeah, some are delicate. But I'm sorry, standing beside me, I don't need a delicate wallflower. Hang on a second. I'll see if it's one I can dismiss. Yep. There we go. It's, yeah. I'm in a delicate, at the moment. Purposeful Tortoise, you are up. Okay. Hey, Purposeful Tortoise. Can you understand loss of voice or inability to talk. Either tongue-tied or either tongue-tied or actual loss of voice. There we go. I can't say it's a tower moment that I'm seeing, but it's out of the blue. It's disappointment out of the blue. But I'm seeing the need for fun energy. You can't have it both ways. You either do have to talk to people or you have to go without the fun. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. There's a desire for calm, stable fun. Knight of Cups. You're wanting somebody to be gentle with you. Yeah. It's like I've already been through the mill. Just be gentle with me. I feel there's a curiosity about other places. Yeah, nice without agenda. Because I feel you have met nice people, but they've all had their own agenda. Curiosity about other places. Can you understand feeling if you were born in the wrong city? Or the wrong era? Okay. That's the unplanted feet I get. I do get that there is someone around for you, though. And I feel they're around you. You already know this person. I just feel they're not as curious about what's outside their area as what you are. Yeah, I feel as if you want to know what's outside. The Magician. I would say even manifesting travel is a big part of your manifestation process. Okay. I do feel... Girly Devil, hello. Purposeful Tortoise, I do feel as if one of you is country, the other is city. If that makes any sense to you at all. And not being born in a hometown, that's very difficult. But I feel as if someone is more rural and the other is city. It's like city conveniences, city thinking, whereas the other one is, oh, I've got enough of that, I'll make do. You would be the city one. I feel as if the other person is almost, in a sense, when they go shopping, they prep shop. Or they shop like a prepper. You know, they'll get 3 of everything so they don't have to go to the store again. And if you're the city one, you would be the one to buy only one, because you can go down the store again and get another one if you run out. Okay, it's not you. I feel that there's a lot of discussion that needs to happen and you've gone silent. a lot of discussion that needs to happen and you've gone silent. See, I wouldn't say it's city, but I do live in a cityscape. And I'm a prepper. I would actually rephrase it when you say that. And don't get me wrong, I understand the damage toxic people can do. I actually tell myself I have a different moral compass than other people. And do you want to know how quickly changing how I word it changed who was coming into my life? It took 4 weeks of rewording, and I went out on Sunday with an amazing group of people that had closer to my moral compass. So, yeah, everyone around you has a different moral compass. However, your moral compass would tell you that you still need to do the work. Their moral compass wouldn't. So you have a different moral compass to most of the people you interact with. And seriously, I know 30-year-olds that would be like a 2-year-old tantrum on the floor, fists pumping the carpet. I don't need to deal with them. If I'm following my moral compass, I don't need to deal with them. It's because of a 30-year-old toddler, literally. There you go. Sometimes my mouth just spurts it. Just let the 30-year-old toddler be the 30-year-old toddler. You do what you do, and your moral compass is keep your moral compass clean. Don't react to the 30-year-old toddler. Because I get an emotional shelter. You've built an emotional shelter, but in doing so, you've actually hermited yourself. So every time you have to deal with this 30-year-old toddler, just imagine them on the floor having their tantrum, fists pumping the carpet, and they say, oh, thank God I'm not like that. And seriously, I can tell you right now, as soon as I started, yes, I know, I've come across them in my life too, Purposeful Tortoise. In my mind, I just laugh at how they act. They act like a toddler. And I've actually worked with somebody that used to throw things around the office when they didn't get their own way. And I was like, you had to duck. And other people will see that, and they will also start avoiding them. So find a way to laugh about it in your head, not out loud. Out loud only aggravates them. Trust me, I tried laughing out loud. Your moral compass would not allow you to do what's being done. Oh, I've had them drop the F-bomb. I've had them punch walls. And I'm talking adults in a workplace. one of which was actually throwing things from the kitchen. And it's like, yeah, drop the word toxic. Remember what I said? It's just people with different moral compass. Because what you're looking to do is minimize the impact of the person with the lower moral compass. Maybe their own safety. Remember what I said about you. There are literal 30-year-old toddlers that will throw things. So maybe they're doing it for their own safety. You never know anybody else's motivation. Just think of it in terms of in real life. If you were to come across a toddler throwing a tantrum on the floor of your local grocery store, you would either walk around them or you would ask them what's wrong. Or you would think like I do. I think, selfish brat, get up off the floor. But I do know in workplaces it's different. A lot of people tend to side with the toxic person for their own safety and security. Yeah, I was in a similar situation. I fought it, but trust me, fighting. They're actually called workplace sociopaths. There's an actual phrase for the 30-year-old toddler. And they exist in more workplaces than what you would actually... They're in more workplaces than what you would actually think. And they probably have chummied up with someone in HR, very high up in HR, who is almost like a bestie. So they sort of triangulate you in terms of what you can do at work. There you go. How did I know that, Purposeful Tortoise? They exist. The one I had to deal with used to throw actual china cups. Or, not china. China says delicate. But they would throw cups across the office. And you'd literally have to duck. And I was dumb enough to take it to HR, and all of a sudden it was an all-in... I took it to HR that I didn't think it was appropriate for an adult to throw cups across the office at people's heads. And the person in HR, who didn't work in the main office, all of a sudden it was World War III. And I found myself in it all because I said I didn't think it was appropriate to throw cups across the office. So I would find yourself an outlet. Keep your mental health right. And trust me, if everybody is choosing the toddler, they are doing it for their own safety. They're protecting their own safety because they know how bad it can get. And hopefully that does resonate. But you do have to protect your own mental health. So find an outlet of... what did I actually hung a boxer's bag. I had my roses. I would get out of the car and I would go and Morticia Adams my roses. If you don't know what Morticia Adams your roses is, you cut the flowers off and just leave the thorns. I would just, hola, your mama. Getting there. Queue's full at the moment. Yes, life is twisty-turvy like that purposeful tortoise. But I did hang a boxer's punching bag. I had an outside laundry, so I hung it off my laundry door. And every time I had to do laundry, I would punch that bag. And it allowed me to keep going. Yeah, you can't see you've admitted that you're very angry that you can't do anything. Everybody feels powerless. With a workplace sociopath, everybody feels powerless and they protect their own energy. So what you need to do is protect your own mental health. Get rid of that anger so you can remain the calm, good moral compass person that you are. And yeah, I used to get out of the car in a business suit and chop the flowers off my roses. And every time I did a load of laundry, I would be punching that boxer's bag that I hung up outside my laundry for an hour while the washing machine was working. And I bet you most of your colleagues feel exactly the same way as you do, but nobody's game enough to express it. And hopefully that resonates and gives you some way forward. Just know that you're not the only one that's actually had to put up with that type of person before. Snow Kai, haven't seen you for ages. Okay, Styles. I'm not going to get all tongue twisted now. But let's see. Styles, I feel as if... Can you understand desiring a love reading? It's okay if you say no. It's just the energy I'm picking up on as soon as I tune into your handle. Just a yes, no. No means I have to listen to the other side of my head. Doesn't quite fit. Okay, thank you for that, Styles. Okay. There's a need to speak up. There's a need to speak up. And I feel you're a bit reluctant to speak up. There you go. See, I just need to know which side of my head to listen to. Gets busy in there sometimes. Okay. Yeah. You know what you want to do, but you can't quite verbalize it. Okay. Can you understand losing someone within the last 12 months? As in someone passing into spirit in the last 12 months, Styles? And I see more like a friend acquaintance type energy. There you go. Friend acquaintance type energy. Two of a kind, I feel, Styles. It was like you feel like you're standing alone. You feel like you're standing alone at the moment. It's like both of you pitched in and helped, and everybody else stood back and watched. Can you understand that everybody else stood back and watched the two of you do everything? Okay. I feel there's harmony. There's also a positive that has come out of this. I feel like you've been drawn towards someone in an emotional attraction way. And you've got this person's backing or support from spirit. I feel as if recently you've felt an attraction towards someone. You haven't verbalized it. You haven't said anything about it. It could be friendship-wise. I feel more, though. I feel it's more than friendship-wise. I feel there's a real curiosity to see if this person matches you in a loving way. And the spirit person has actually got support. There's support coming through. Okay, then I want to say there's support coming through. You're going through a pretty misunderstood time at the moment. If you're already in a relationship, that's great. But you're going through a pretty misunderstood time at the moment. It's like I feel your match does not understand the loss you feel. Just let me know if that resonates now. Because I get this defeated feeling. And hopefully, Styles, you can resonate with that. And just know the friend you lost is on the other side supporting you. Not quite. I feel as if you need to speak up. I feel as if you need to speak up within your romantic partnership. I know you said not quite, but I get the feeling. And when my guides give it to me or it comes from the spirit world, I don't change it. And the reason I don't change it is you get to give me feedback. You can come back in and say it was total BS, I don't agree, all of that sort of stuff. You get to come back and say it. So my guides have to give it to me right. You need to stand up within your romantic relationship. And hopefully that does resonate. Ah, there you go. Now you know why Sorry, I'm moving my chair forward. Now you know why when it comes from Spirit or my guides, I never change it. So, just know you've got their support. Oh, Snowkai's redeemed Skip the Queue. There's only one Skip the Queue. And Styles, thank you for popping in today. Hopefully we will see you back in this crazy world that is my stream. Oh, appreciate you too, Styles. Thank you. Okay, Snowkai, you are up. Now. No, not that one. You'll have to excuse me for a minute. I did my travelling thing that I sometimes do. There we go. I like to think I'm doing good, but I'm having push-pull energy everywhere, Snowkai, but we'll see. We'll see what we get with your read. I'm streaming. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay. And this is my pin-up tarot, so some of you may or may not follow it if you're tarot fans. But I feel you've gone through a shock recently, Snowkai. I feel as if you've gone through a shock recently. And Fat Cat, all spots are taken, but hang around, we get there. Oh, I may have to pause this, Snowkai. I'll lay out all your cards first. It's just the winds have kicked up here. And I've got stuff outside. I have to make sure I batten down the hatches. Okay. Okie dokie. Now I've forgotten what I said. Oh, the tower moment. I will be back as soon as I can. I just have to batten down something outside. Whew. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yes, the wind was blowing everything everywhere. I had to tie some things down, and my mum called again. And anyone who has dealt with a parent with or relative with dementia, it's like they get their days mixed up all the time, and then it's panic phone calls, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And it's just sorry, Snowkite. I've had to actually just chillax for a second, have a sip of coffee, and light a half cigarette I had. It's just my week. It's like My week's been crazy just if I looked at my own aura. And it's been demanding. I've had 4 people organise things with me and then switch up the time or location. So they've switched up the time of the meet or the location of the meet. And it's like, I cannot split myself in two and be at both places at once. You said you were going to be here at a certain time. You're not here. So, no, it's a cancellation. Oh, no, but what about you just drive 25 minutes and meet me here? And it's like, no, that's not going to happen. And it's almost like everybody wants it their way all of the time. So, Pepper's Foot Tortoise didn't think I knew what they were dealing with, but yes, I do. I'm going through it today, actually. Going through it today. And it's like, I've got my own stuff to deal with. And I know everybody else is going through some crazy stuff. We've got 3 supermoons in a short period of time. For Australia, it was last night the supermoon appeared. And I know it will stay in the sky for the next 2 days, I think. But I saw it last night. And another relative of mine isn't doing well either. And yes, it's crazy. And has anybody else had that where they're dealing with people that expect you to drop everything no matter what you're doing and do it their way? Most people would be brave enough to say, ain't gonna happen. However, when you do need help as well, it's... thank you, Underosity. Yeah, it's like... it's frustrating at the same time because you do want to actually assist. But it's like you have to do it on your diary schedule. I swear life was easier when we had paper diaries and we didn't have smartphones. Life was so much easier before smartphones. It was more predictable because you had to be. Okay, Snow Kite, back to you had a moment last week. I feel that's, in essence, the tower moment. I feel like you might have lost it. I'm just going to see the cards I laid down. Yeah, you stood up for yourself. And you're now feeling guilty. Can you understand you're now feeling guilty? Because I feel as if you did prioritize... I want to say you prioritized fun times or relaxation times. Okay, here we go. No, you prioritize romance. I'm sorry. You know what I mean. I feel it was romantic. And you're now feeling guilty because you did prioritize the romantic. But there's success in the romance one. Yeah. I feel as if you've also got a feeling of not measuring up to what's expected in terms of material stability. There you go. Stop feeling that way. Believe it or not, you're one of them. I'm one of them. There are people out there where material stability is less important than a person's character. There are people out there that believe it. Hands up if you're one of them. No, I feel as if you're matching up with somebody that is the same as you, that regards quality of character as more important than quality of materialistic possessions. And if you're unaware of the global financial crisis or the Great Depression, Google it. Find out how tough things got for people. It was quality of character that shone through, not the quality of possessions. Because possessions became worthless. So, and I do actually see a financial downturn happening in the near future. But I feel as if you're in touch with somebody that's a possibility here, Snowkai. I told you my phone was going to go crazy today. I feel as if you're in touch with somebody that is very significant. And I feel they may be at university but dress very corporate or dress very classy. Yeah. I feel as if the way they... It's how you met. Look, I feel as if they dress classy only because they have self-respect. Snowkai, they have self-respect by the bucket load. So the downside of that is you may have to deal with pride. Okay. Wonderosity, you are up next. Okie dokie. I may actually have to close the queue. Exhaustion time. Now, can you understand a FOMO feeling, fear of missing out, feeling within yourself, Wonderosity? Kinda, yeah. It's a regretful feeling that I'm picking up on. And there's no need to be, is what I want to say. And I feel it has something to do with travel. 10 of coins. 10 of pentacles, 10 of cups are your first two cards. Are you kidding me? I feel as if you have a huge sense of responsibility and also ethical responsibility, meaning you do what you say you're going to do. And you feel as if you're being used. Hey, Blue Moss Dragonet, how are you doing? I'm getting there. Okay. I feel as if the people that were most burdensome to you are no longer getting what they need. You know what I'm talking about. Because you're in two minds of whether to let one of them back in. And I feel it's to the point where you've almost woken up in sweats. You're in two minds of whether to let one of them back in. And I feel you've been having nightmares about them. I feel as if this isn't a significant ex, as in an ex-engaged, an ex-fiance or an ex-partner, there was definitely romantic feelings on your part. Yeah. And I feel as if it was... Come on. Was this a Scorpio you were dealing with? You felt really hurt by them. I feel as if someone exited because of a physical attraction to another. I feel they're just desserts and are wanting to come back. Oh. You did, and when you expressed... Okay. I feel they're wanting to come back. Or you're wanting to go back. Take it how it resonates, Wonderosity. It's there. Yeah. And David, we've got another first timer that missed out on joining the queue. All spots are taken, and I think I'm going to have to close the queue. It's been chaotic here at my place. Can you understand, Wonderosity? You're desiring to travel, and it's a place that you both would have liked to have gone. There you go. Whew. Sorry, I do feel the energy coming back to you. You won't reach out, but I feel this person might. I do feel as though if it was you that left for physical attraction, I feel you got burnt. Okay, you didn't want to get caught up. But someone left because there was a more physically pretty version. Who was it that left for the pretty version? Hello, Kingmaker. You went back to your ex. Okay. Then this energy is definitely coming back. And I feel travel is also on their mind. And it's the exact same place. Thank you for the hydrate, Fat Cat. Wonderosity, I feel as if your ex didn't change. Okay, yeah. It was the same old story with your ex. But I do actually see deep feelings from... Yes, but if they had an ex hanging around, wouldn't you want them not to have much to do with them? Of course, if there are children involved, there has to be some sort of... I've actually... Yeah, I can see both sides of it here, Wonderosity, but I feel this Scorpio energy is coming back in. And it has to do with a travel destination that the two of you desired. Graveyard, all spots are taken, have been for a while. Feel free to hang around and chat. I do feel as if the Scorpio's coming back in. I sort of see it being a seaside, like, country club. It's a very fancy thing. It's like a seaside country club or a seaside golf or resort thing. But I feel you had a desire to travel to that destination anyway. Yeah. You may actually change your mind because I feel as if they know more about themselves now. Yeah. I feel as if they know more about themselves now. They're more certain. And I feel you'll see it this time round. So hopefully that resonates in a weird kind of way. Today's been weird. Just going to put the list up, see what I've got ahead of me. Okay. See what I've got ahead of me. Girly Devil, you are up next. Okie dokie. I'm getting the impression, Girly Devil, that things have been a little, how can I say it? A little Alice in Wonderland at the moment. Unpredictable, bizarre, yet still work out. There's a big question mark over manifestation. I feel as if you have a big question mark over manifestation. And what do I mean by Alice in Wonderland reference? It's like Through the Looking Glass. Okay. I want to say some of the people that have approached you are, you already wrote the question. Sorry, I didn't see it. I missed it. I feel as though some of it resonates directly from your life. It's like you're weirded out by it. The spiritual signs you're weirded out by. And I've already said that the moment I stop being weirded out is the moment I stop intuitively reading. Sorry, I did not see your question at all, and I'm scrolling back through and I can't see it. Yeah, I'm scrolling back through and I can't see it, so it must have been ages ago. Well, that weirded out feeling is Alice in Wonderland feeling. It's sort of like Queen of Hearts, which, if you actually look at the tarot, is the Queen of Cups energy. So, let's see. Knight of Swords. I feel as if you're wanting a rescuer to come in. It's like you feel as if you've got so much on your plate at the moment that you need assistance. That's why I didn't see it. If it was 40 minutes ago, my memory's not that long. Seven of Cups. I feel as if, again, with the fear of missing out energy, can you understand needing to make that choice between what you love doing and what you desire for your future? And I feel it is coupledom. That's why. I feel you desire coupledom for your future, as in connecting deep with somebody else. Yet your current passions and your ongoing passion, there's a conflict in time. Okay, you've got the Sun, the Queen of Swords. You've got the Sun. I see that you will actually have success if you took that break. But a break doesn't have to be nothing. A break can be halving passion time and halving, spending the other half meeting. And I want to say there's a bit too much reliance on online. I see multiple screens. Now, when I work, I have one, maybe two screens. I feel you have multiple. Multiple screens when you work. When you do what you're passionate about, I see multiple screens. I feel that is your passion / work. The meeting someone else, I feel you need to get out. And that scares you. I'm usually told I'm too direct. And I keep getting, what does that mean? I feel more development needs to be put in. But seriously, girly devil, that's what I have for you. And I've drawn extra 2 cards. I know you get it. But trust me when I say that I do see that if you were to sacrifice some of your passion for what you want long term, it will be worth it. Okie dokie. Nectarnaut, hello, I've closed the queue. Karen's got to exhaustion mode. Okay, Cute Cats Lover. Okay, so a romantic reading, Cute Cats Lover. I'm actually picking up that outside scares you too. It's like, I'd rather be with my animals than people. Oh, my readings. Oh, I'm glad, Nectarnaut. Oh, thank you. Okay. My guide just told me to change up the energy. Okay, I've lost train of thought now. Yeah, it's like venturing outside is scary. It's like you've got your comfort zone, you've got your schedule in place, and venturing outside is a little scary. And I feel you'll need to. My guide told me to make some fun. My guide told me to make it some fun, so we're going to use a dirty deck. It's called the Exotic Dancer. So the Exotic Dancer Tarot is coming out. Yeah, it's like... Okay, this is why it's a dirty deck. This is the Hanged Man. Everybody had their laugh. I do feel as if you're in hermit mode. You've got a strict schedule you've got to keep. Or schedule, depending on where you come from. I'm old school Aussie. Old school Aussies say schedule. New school Aussies say schedule. Okay. Cute Cats Lover, can you understand doing something online, OnlyFans or something like that? There's something that pays online, TikTok. I'm just trying to think of things that pay. And why my guide would have said use the exotic tarot. And don't forget, if you get thrown to an ad, put in an ad in the chat box. The moon. Yeah, I do feel as if you've got a side hustle. Okay, I feel as if your side hustle is paying off. Yes, but look at their long-term future. When they go saggy and baggy, are they going to have stuff in common? I actually see as... You see the couples at your school, but you see the married ones for some reason. And I feel their reality is not what you desire. You desire somebody to walk by your side, but you don't necessarily want the marriage thing. Okay, there is someone that has their eye on you, but I don't feel it's within the school environment. Sorry, do not see it in the school environment. I see somebody having their eye on you, whether you go to a coffee shop, whether you go to a particular restaurant. I feel as if right now they do better than you. However, you're looking long term. Yes, they're going to keep up with you. I feel it's local to you. You might be thinking online. I don't see online. I see local, in person. And I do know, even here near where I live, there is my alma mater. And it is a whole suburb. It's a whole township. However, they've got stores, they've got like grocery stores, they've got coffee shops, they've got restaurants. I feel it's in the social part of the environment. 6 of Wands. There's success, but ask yourself how much time you have to devote to the in-person factor. Because I feel like you're time poor. Particularly now. And I don't know why I get particularly now. And just know that anything worth attracting, you need to act. You need to actually be present. Well, Cute Cats Lover, I was recently diagnosed with a skin condition that's incurable, no known treatment, and in a rotten place. So if I can deal with it and date, so can you. But I feel this is more time poor. I feel your time is stretched. And hopefully that resonates with you. But I feel you know somebody that works in a restaurant. I can't change that, but that's what I'm picking up. Okie dokie. Come on, Karen. Melody. Okay. You're welcome, Cute Cats Lover. I'm going to have to take care, but you too. And remember, external stuff, all people really want to know is, are they safe? And yes, I've actually agreed to go to the doctors, their doctors, and get their doctor to explain stuff. Now, Melody Addict, can you understand a younger male in spirit? Yes, but if you're in a university studying situation, there would be a free medical clinic. Okay. I've forgotten what I said now, Melody. Okay. I'm feeling like I've been rejected in love. Recent. Oh, younger male in spirit. Okay, thank you. When it's them, I don't remember what I said, but I feel you've recently been rejected in love. Okay. Thank you. I'll get back to the younger male in spirit in a minute. Just let me know if you can understand being recently rejected in love. Doesn't matter if it's complicated, it's essentially a yes or a no. Lets me know which side of my head to listen to. I never ask non-yes, no questions when I'm tuning in. Rarely. Because I'm not fishing for information. I'm just tuning into energy. Okay. Okay. You feel like you were carrying everything in the relationship anyway.